Welcome to Mindfulness and Meditation. My name is Ellen. I'm teaching for Chance today. Today what we'll practice is a guided meditation, and restorative yoga poses are an option if you'd like. We have to arrange our bodies in some position, and so if you'd like to practice restorative, I always like to offer a few of the poses which are good. You could pick one or two or three maybe and kind of move between them. So I'll just talk about all the blankets and props that I've got before we get started today. But please feel free if you just want to do a traditional seated posture for meditation too. That's a great choice too. So the first thing I have is a nice blanket under me. There's a yoga mat under this so that it's more padded, but just kind of the space with a blanket. The first pose is reclined supported Shavasana. So I've got a block and a bolster. Now these are the flatter bolsters, not the real big round ones, but a flatter bolster. This is good. You could make yourself a little incline, and then I would also just cover it with something a little more padded, and then perhaps a little cushion on the end for the head. And then I have a little gap filler here right under, so there's this little drop off, so I'm just creating a little space to lift the seat so that we don't have too much of a back bend. Restorative postures are supposed to be very relaxing. So here is the first kind of option if you have a bolster. And then the blanket, I'm just folding a little filler for the back of the head and just behind the neck a little bit so that I've got a nice level chin. I don't have a back bend in the neck and not too big of a back bend at the bottom here. But if you don't have a bolster, I'll show you the option that is easy enough with just a couple of blankets or blocks. So if you have your blankets, or maybe bath towels or beach towels, fold them in a little log, and then I'm not even going to use that block. I'm just going to place the bolster right there. We'll call it a bolster. 2 of those is usually what I like. So you just kind of create a little cushion there. And you don't even actually need this one here, but I'll use it. And that creates a little bit more of a back bend at the bottom here, but get a little bit more support. So maybe what I do is fold one more blanket right here. I'll just place another one right there so that you don't have too much of a back bend right there. And you want to make sure that the whole spine is supported. Perfect. And then I have some blocks for the arms so they can rest kind of level with the body. So there's your supported Shavasana. Another option is legs up the wall pose or legs on a chair. This is wonderful if you have a chair or a couch. Just kind of scoot your seat right up, place your legs there, and then create a little, we don't want to create a back bend in the neck, just a little support under the head is good. Get to what I've got going on here. So just that we fill that little gap. So here's another wonderful inversion, good inversion, and you can do this also right up against a wall. Just lay next to the wall with your seat and then scoot your legs right up. And then the legs rest on the wall. You could use a blanket over the feet. And it keeps the feet warm and keeps the legs together against the wall. 3 options. All right, so welcome. Also just seated if you want to just practice a nice seated pose. So bringing our focus internal. Bringing our awareness to the breath. The meditation today that we'll practice is called the I, me, mine meditation. So just feel the breath in and out through the nose, long deep breaths. fills the body and empties. So a few really long, full deep breaths in and out. Just resetting the style of breath, the pace of breath. Relaxing the muscles in the body, observing physical sensations in the body. If there's a way to be even slightly more comfortable in our posture we've chosen, make that adjustment now so you can be perfectly comfortable, perfectly at ease. Breathing. Just allow the mind, the body, and the breath to come together for our practice. I'll start the meditation today with a quote by Albert Schneider. "I can do no other than be reverent before everything that is called life. I can do no other than to have compassion for all that is called life. That is the beginning and the foundation of all ethics. All things exist from moment to moment. In the moment that something comes to be, it is as it is. Then it passes away. When we pay attention to the birth, aging, and death of life, we come to see that there is no thing we can hold on to anyway. How many thoughts have you had today? How many feelings have you had this week? How many sensations have you felt this hour? And where did they go? Where do thoughts and feelings come from? We have no answers for these questions because the sheer truth of change is stunning. It may be easy to let go of our contraction around some light thoughts or simple feelings. Yet something seems to remain that is most difficult to release, namely the ongoing, felt sense of a separate me. Clinging to self is habitual, says Patanjali in the 3rd chapter of the Yoga Sutras. Even for the wise, clinging is habitual. In this way, Patanjali clears the way for a profound path of awakening based on insight into the nature of self and eventually allowing that self to dissolve in the midst of the greater world, since the self is the world and not separate from it. It is the entanglement in our stories of I, me, and mine that keep us alienated from the flow of life, from ease, from intimacy. Spiritual practice is one of opening to something greater than the world of me, and as such, guidelines and encouragement for living a life beyond habits and personal preferences. As such, psychological changes for Patanjali is inextricably tied with relationship and ethics. In fact, the 8 limbs of yoga, for which Patanjali is so famous for defining, always return the practitioner to a life grounded in action and relationship. The student on the path of yoga begins moving through life with greater care and decisiveness, growing into the world like countless buds on a branch, ordinary yet singular. How you treat animals, how you grow your food, how you manage your resources internally and externally. These are all valid aspects of your yoga path because such actions form your very self. In fact, the choices you make in decisions that range from politics to eating fish or growing corn, paving new highways or determining foreign policy all form the basis of the yamas, which is the first limb of yoga. It's your very own limb, your small intestine, your lungs, your very air. It's an excerpt from the book Yoga for a World Out of Balance by Michael Stone. The I Am Meditation. This is written by Sally Kempton. A person experiences life as something separated from the rest, kind of optical delusion of consciousness. Our task must be free to ourselves from the self-imposed prison, and through compassion to find the reality of oneness. As we settle into our body with our eyes closed, our whole body relaxed, feel as if your whole spine is suspended, long. Scan your body, noticing, softening any tightness in the shoulders, the face, the thighs, the belly, the arms and the hands. Take 5 deep inhalations and exhalations. Now focus on your breath. Become aware of the rise and the fall of the breath. Let your breathing be natural and relaxed as it brings you into the present moment. Feel the coolness of the breath as it flows in the nostrils and the warmth as it flows out. Notice where you feel the breath in your body. Do you feel it in the chest, in the shoulders, in the diaphragm, or the belly? Quiet the mind, sensing the flow of the breath. Inhale with the thought, I am. Feel the energy of the words mingling with your breath, flowing into your inner body. Then with the exhalation, feel the space that these words leave in your consciousness. Continue to repeat the pure mantra, I am, without attaching any other thoughts to it. I am. I am. As we repeat the mantra in our mind, I am. Allow yourself to become more and more relaxed. As we inhale, I am. Practice inquiry. As your mind quiets, begin to drop in the question, who am I? Without words, without thoughts, without memories or emotions. Who am I? Pay attention to the awareness that opens up. If words or emotions arise, allow them to be there. Identify them, thoughts, sadness, confusion, or whatever. And return to the question, who am I without words, without thoughts, without memories or emotions? Who am I? You're not looking for an answer. Look past the answers that arise to experience the bare awareness that is your sense of being, of pure existence. Rest in awareness. This sense of pure existence is there, and as you practice this meditation, it will eventually reveal itself. Continue your inquiry and see if you can gently rest for a second or two in the wordless awareness that immediately follows the question. The opening into awareness may last only for a few seconds. If you get hung up on your thoughts, start over. Return to the breath in the mantra, I am. Then ask the question again and notice what arises. Stay with the practice. Who am I? Without words, without thoughts, without memories or emotions. Who am I? I am. Bring our awareness back to the breath. Just allow the mind to follow the breath, the rise and the fall, flow of the breath. And stay in your practice as long as you'd like. If you're ready for a new posture and you're on your backs, I could recommend side lying Shavasana. So rolling to either side body, just allow your head to rest on the arm. Curl your body into a little ball. Settle in, breathing. Take a few more breaths here. When you're ready, finding your way to seated. Any comfortable seated posture. Staying centered, internally focused. Dhyana. We'll end our practice today with something written by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, titled "You Were Made for This." Ours is not the task of fixing the entire world all at once, but of stretching out to mend the part of the world that is within our reach. Any small, calm thing that one soul can do to help another soul, to assist some portion of this poor, suffering world, will help immensely. It is not given to us to know which acts, or by whom, will cause the critical mass to tip toward an enduring good. What is needed for dramatic change is an accumulation of acts, adding to, adding more, continuing. We know that it does not take everyone on earth to bring justice and peace, but only a small, determined group who will not give up during the first, second, or 100th gale. One of the most calming and powerful actions you can do to intervene in a stormy world is to stand up and show your soul. Soul on deck shines like gold in dark times. The light of the soul throws sparks, can send up flares, builds signal fires, causes proper matters to catch fire. To display the lantern of soul in shadowy times like these, to be fierce and to show mercy toward others, both are acts of immense bravery and greatest necessity. Struggling souls can catch light from other souls who are fully lit and willing to show it. If you would help to calm the tumult, that is one of the strongest things you can do. There will always be times when you feel discouraged. I too have felt despair many times in my life, but I do not keep a chair for it. I will not entertain it. It is not allowed to eat from my plate. In that spirit, I hope you will write this on your wall. When a great ship is in harbor and moored, it is safe. There can be no doubt. But that is not what great ships are built for. We are the deciders of the world we want to live in. Live with love, live with compassion, live with kind forgiveness, live with the staunchest belief that only your powerful, positive passion to live life inside out is your responsibility as a global citizen. Namaste. Thank you for practice today, my friends. My name is Ellen. I'm happy to be here with you today for Chance. He should be back on Friday. Please feel free to come back at noon for gentle yoga practice today. Got a nice mellow practice in line, so we'll see you at noon. Until next time, namaste.